at matulungan ng pamahalaan at makapagpahayag ng sariling pananaw. Ito po ay paalaala sa mga magulang, sa lahat ng teacher at sa mga taong nasa paligid ng bata. Ito ang dapat nating laging tandaan.
Alam po ba ninyo na ang bawat individual ay nangangailangan ng 4 hugs a day para makatulong na mag-survive? Ibig sabihin, mahalaga ang pagyakap. Ayon sa mga family therapist, mas maraming hugs o pagyakap sa isang araw mas makatutulong para mag-improve ang relasyon at mag-grow bilang tao. Kaya, ang aming tanong, kailan pa ba ninyo niyakap ang inyong mga mahal sa buhay? Nagpapaalala lang po dito sa Radyo Agila. Kaibigan, magpapaalala kami sa iyo ngayong panahon ng pandemya. Count your blessings. Maging mapagpasalamat dahil sa tuwing umaga ay nagigising ka pa. Maging masaya kahit sa maliit na bagay. Don't ever give up. May kani-kanyang hamon tayong dapat na pagdaanan. Lilipas din ito. Ikaw at ako, magkasama tayong haharap sa bagong umaga. Paalaala mula sa inyong mga kaibigan sa Radyo Agila.
At kabaitan ay paraan upang tayo ay magliwanag.
Yes po. Di ako sanay, wala pa si Ate Roy
Oo
today.
nga, wala si Ate Roy.
Miss na namin si Ate Roy. Ayun po. So, like Ate Roy always says, hindi lang paggawa ng mabuti ang itinuturo po natin sa ating mga tagapakinig. We also teach them how to become bright
Or smart.
So, makinig sa mga usapang makakapagpapatalino o matutulungan tayo.
Tama.
Bukod sa radyo, you can also listen and watch us at the FB page po ng Radyo Agila 1062. Please
Yes.
comment down below para mabate po namin kayo at makasama kayo sa aming usapan. And
That's
also,
right.
so that we can also always connect with
Connect with
each other, please do, we were inviting you again po to please do like and share our social media accounts. That is Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. So, hanapin nyo lang po ang Net25Kids.
Pwede din ninyo po kaming email sa aming email address na net25kids@gmail.com. At kung gusto ninyong malaman ang aming activities and advocacies, visit our website which is www.net25kids.com. Yes, Ate DJ, ano nga ba? Yan. Sa nga araw na ito, ano nga ba ang atin pong hashtag pa rin sa araw na ito, Ate DJ?
Our hashtag is still hashtag BBB Focus.
That's correct. So last
Yes.
time we talked about establishing study habits. And today naman, we are going to talk about...
Exams.
Yes, we're going to talk about preparing for
For the
exams.
exams.
Kaya, ano ang ating pong... Ang
Bright
ating
question?
bright question of the day, Ate Dij?
Ayun. So, our bright question of the day is, kayo po ba, how do you prepare for exams?
Yes,
or any quizzes or anything? Paano po
How
kayo
do
naghahanda?
you prepare for exams?
Yes.
Ayan. How do you prepare for exams? Share naman po kayo. Comment down below para po malaman po namin kung paano po kayo nagpe-prepare para sa mga pagsusulit o mga exams. Ayan. Meron po tayong mga meron tayong mga tips. Pero ikaw, Ate DJ, kung ikaw ang tatanungin, ano ang iyong number one tip to prepare for exams?
Well, syempre, the number one tip is, I think, na yung iba po kasi, ang nangyayari is, they start reviewing or studying tuwing may exam lang. I think one of the best things to do is, na lagi po talaga mag-aral at mag-review. Kasi, minsan nakakram mo na lang sa isang araw or sa isang week when, if you've been studying the whole time, madali na lang sa'yo ma-review yun for your exam.
That's right. So, dapat talaga, hindi yung mag-review ka lang kapag review time na.
Opo.
Dapat i-ano mo siya, pacing.
Yes, tamang pacing.
Oo, dapat talaga. You have to manage your time well in order for you to be able to master the material and the content.
Tama po.
Yun. So, dapat yun ang una nating gagawin. Ako naman, kailan pa ba ako huling nag-exam? Tagal na eh. So, ako, pag nag-exam ako, ano talaga siya? Sleep.
Actually, that's very
Sleep
correct
well.
po. You need sleep.
Not to sleep on the night before the exam.
Or
Kasi,
during the exam.
Of course. But kasi meron ako makakilala. Sila, TDJ? Nag-aral sila na nag-aral. Sa kakaaral nila, napuyat.
Naku.
Tapos, nakatulog sila on the day of the exam. Di sila nagising.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So, it's so frustrating, so
that's very
stressful,
frustrating.
so tiring. So, it's not advisable for us to, it's really not advisable na i-cram natin yung araw
Yes.
natin sa atin pong pag-aaral. It's better na you manage your time well, and also you have to give time para sa sarili mo,
Opo.
para hindi ka nagka-cram, hindi ka nasi-stress para sa
Yes.
exam. Yun.
Although stress may be normal, diba po we talk about good stress.
Yes.
Pero yung sobra, and then to the point na you don't take care of yourself, ayun din, like Teacher Sally said, ikaw din yung, sayang yung mga efforts mo.
Correct. And also, syempre, dapat, as you study, dapat yung time na nagsa-study ka, masterin mo na yung content mo. Ayun. So, dapat, maraming naman tayong dapat i-consider kapag nag-exam tayo. Mamaya po, sa aming pong pagbabalik, magbe-break po muna tayo.
Yes.
Amin po i-share sa inyo ang mga tips po namin on how to prepare for exams. Kaya kayo rin po, share nyo rin po sa amin ang tips ninyo sa pagbabalik po yan ng 1, 2, 3, Be Brighter!
EBC, Eagle Broadcasting Corporation. Ito ang Radyo Agila.
Kumusta po? Pag-usapan natin ang paggamit ng cellphone. Hindi mapapasubalian mga abay na pinagagaan ito at ginagawang madali ang ating buhay. Kapag may mga tanong, i-Google yan! Subalit, hindi lahat ay mabuti ang resulta sa paggamit ng cellphone. Maliban pa sa pwedeng maging sanhi ng aksidente, panganib sa trapiko, maaapektuhan ang ating emosyon, ang ating kalusugan, magkaproblema sa pagtulog, panlalabo ng mata, at pwede ka pang makaranas ng tech neck, yung pagsakit ng balikat at leeg tapos sasakit ang ulo at kung ano-ano pa. Mahal po namin kayo, kaya ang aming paalala, limitahan natin ang paggamit ng cellphone o anumang gadget. Maging huwaran tayo sa ating mga anak. Ito po si Julie Fernando, ang inyong kapitbahay.
Kaibigan, magpapaalala kami sa iyo ngayong panahon ng pandemya. Count your blessings. Bagay mapagpasalamat dahil sa tuwing umaga ay nagigising ka pa. Maging masaya kahit sa maliit na bagay. Don't ever give up. May kani-kanyang hamon tayong dapat na pagdaanan. Lilipas din ito. Ikaw at ako, magkasama tayong haharap sa bagong umaga. Paalaala mula sa inyong mga kaibigan sa Radyo Agila.
brighter! So again, everyone, ang aming hashtag for this month pa rin po is hashtag BBB Focused. Kaya last time we talked about study habits. Ngayon naman po, we're talking about how to prepare for our exams. Ayun po.
Yes, that is right. So, let's have some tips, Ate Dij, and then let's
Yes.
talk about it. Let's have the first tip. Ang first tip po natin, give enough time to study. Ginagawa mo ba yun, Ate DJ?
Yes po. I remember nung nag-aaral pa ako, my mom would make sure to tell me na, okay, you have to make sure that within your schedule, may time ka na i-allot mo, nakaupo ka lang at no gadgets.
Tama.
And unless you needed to research.
That's right.
But naka-focus lang and time to study. Kasi it's important na masanay din yung katawan mo and your brain na may time talaga that you allot for studying. Kasi if not, mangyayari if you just wing it all the time,
Correct.
it's going to be hard talaga for you.
That's right. So, dapat, you have to plan it very well. So, it's also important that you can ask, if you can ask your teachers. Like, for example, this is your grading period. The grading period is made up of 10 weeks. So, for the 10 weeks, what do you think are you supposed to study? So, maybe you can ask your teacher already what are the topics.
Yes,
or
exactly po.
if you already have a syllabus or an outline, make sure that you already try to figure out, plot it already. Parang iba-plot mo na siya, diba? Na
Opo.
for 10 weeks, these are the things that I'm going to study. So, for this subject, I have 3 topics to study. So, that means I will be studying it for 2 weeks.
Yes.
For 2 to
Opo.
3 weeks per topic. So, from there, you have to also figure out when are you going to do your requirements. Right?
Yes.
And it's also important that you, dapat, Ate Dish, kasama na doon yung gawin mo na yung pwede mo namang gawin ngayon.
Tama.
Huwag mo nang ipagpabukas.
Yes, if you can do it today, gawin mo na today, hindi yung bukas na yan,
Yes.
mamaya na yan.
O kasi kakamamaya mo, kakabukas mo.
Wala
tapos
na.
yung grading period or yung SEM. And then, wala na, tambakan ka na ng trabaho. So, dapat, and you have to give enough time. And also, if you have enough time for studying, nakakatulong rin kasi yun to master.
Yes.
To master the lessons and the content. So, pag nag-review ka, sandali na lang kasi naalala mo na eh. So, yun. So, kailangan give enough time to study. That means give time for planning.
Yes, exactly
Meron ka bang
po.
planner nung nag-aaral ka?
Yes
Ate
po. Mahilig po kasi sa stationery. So, I remember having a stationery or po with me, a planner po.
Alam mo ba, nung bata ako, meron akong schedule. Tapos may nagsabi sa akin, ba't kaya yung schedule mo? Kasi nakalimutan ko that an hour is equivalent only to 60 minutes.
Opo.
So, yung schedule ko has 100 minutes.
Oh.
40 hours.
Wow! Grabe po!
Tapos sabi ng isang kakilala ko, bakit ganyan yung oras mo? Bakit may hanggang 100? Tapos naisip ko, ano nga pala, 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes only.
Opo.
So, yung oras ko dapat mag-stop na siya at 50 to
Yes,
60, diba?
opo.
50-60. Pero yung nasa planner ko talaga, hanggang 100.
100.
Tapos tawa ng tawa yung, okay. Sabi ko parang, okay, o nga no. Anyway, pero sobrang bata pa ako nun.
Opo.
Tapos yung high school, I don't think I have study habits in high school.
That's all
I
right.
have study habits nung college ako. Like, I have this small planner. Tapos, I write everything down. And I write everything down, like all the things I need to do.
Yes po.
I think mga third year college na ako na nagkaroon talaga ako ng organization.
Hanggang ngayon naman, Teacher Sally, you're
But that was the start.
Opo.
Kasi when I was in first year college, ako second year college, parang,
Parang, meh.
I'm so
Meh.
happy. I'm so happy I'm a college student. Pero yun, hindi ako masyadong seryoso sa pag-aaral ng first year and second year. Third year lang, ganun, and fourth year.
Third year po kasing mabigat na po.
Kind of. Hindi kasi third year kasi ako nag-shift eh.
Ayun.
So, nag-shift ako ng third year. Pero nung nag-shift ako, seryoso na ako eh. Gusto ko na mag-add.
Opo.
Gusto ko na makatapos.
Makatapos.
Anyway, so that's the first tip we have for you po.
And
Ate
the
Beach.
second tip is practice on old exams.
That's
Yes.
right.
Kasi,
Okay.
it is
Go ahead, Ate Beach, go ahead.
Kasi nga po, like we've been saying earlier, diba, don't just, hindi ka lang mag-aaral tuwing may exam. And then, kapag yung past exams mo naman, you can look back on it and you can see na, dito ako nagkamali, ito pala yung tamang sagot. It'll also help you review.
Yes. And you can also review the quizzes that you have.
Yes.
Especially if you know that the teachers would just use the formats of the quizzes.
Yes. Opo.
I think that's good enough.
It'll help. Kasi minsan surprise po yung format, di ba po?
But speaking of formats, there are different kinds of formats. Well, pinakasikat yung multiple choice.
Yes, multiple choice.
Yes, but did you know that multiple choice, you have 25% of getting the right answer. Kasi 25% kasi 100 yun, di ba? So 100 divided by 4. So you have a chance of getting the correct answer for like 25%.
Wow.
Mas mataas ang chances sa true or
Opo.
false. Kasi true or false, 50%.
50-50.
50-50.
Unless
But
if it's modified.
Oo, mas mahirap yun. But the truth is, there are different ways for you to figure out if what the answer is for the multiple
Yes.
choice.
Opo.
First, you have to read well.
Yes.
Read well. Read all the options.
O baka mamaya, you just skim through it. Ito yung tamang sagot. Tapos
Oh,
mali
and
pala.
then you only, kasi may mga kakilala ko, they choose the longest option all the time.
That's
No.
not going to be correct all
No,
the
it's
time.
not going to be correct all the time. It might be correct most of the time, but it's not
It's
correct
not,
all the
no.
time. So, for multiple choice, you have to read everything first. If you have to cancel out, parang yung mga game shows,
Opo.
you have to cancel out the best, you have to get if you don't really know the answer, get the best two answers.
Yes, opo.
So, and then
Opo.
cancel out the others. So, mukhang hindi talaga yun ang
Opo.
sagot. So, then you choose between the two. You have to make sure that you have to look at the words. Kasi
Opo.
nga, tingnan mo yung words kasi may mga keywords. So,
Opo.
depende dun sa tanong. So, isipin mo rin muna. Pero, syempre, kung math yan,
Ay, nako.
make sure that your computations are correct.
Yes, and you have the correct formulas. 'Cause
Yes.
if you don't, oh no.
That's correct. And then, so, yun, kapag again, read everything, cancel out the two answers that you think are not correct, then you choose from the two.
Tama po.
Yun ang multiple choice. Pero kung meron akong, hindi siya joke eh. Seryoso ako dito eh. Pag hindi ko alam ang sagot sa multiple choice, ang sagot ko lagi C.
Really po?
Kasi it's correct.
Really po?
I don't know if it really happened. Basta ako, ang alam ko from bata ako, C ang sagot ko lagi.
If you don't know the answer po. Like, if it's
Oo.
really, really difficult.
Yung
C.
ibang mga kaibigan ko nag-mini-mini-mo.
Oh no.
But that only happens if you really do not
Yes.
know the answer, di ba?
Opo.
If you really do not know the answer, then the second format is true or false.
Opo, true or false.
Well, kind of ang true or false medyo mas madaling intindihin. Kasi especially if it's something that you already know, kung alam mo talaga yung sagot, it's easy to answer.
Yes.
But if it's true or false, parang meron naman mga words na magsasabi sa'yo that that's not correct eh.
Parang it'll give you an inkling na, teka lang, parang mali ito.
Like usually, if it says most of, all the time, yung mga sobrang
Opo.
extreme, false yun. Kind of false yun. Except of course if it's a factual
Yes.
sentence. Like,
Parang you can tell nga po if it's factual. It
Mhm.
sounds more sure. Kung parang unsure.
if there's a
False
lot of modifiers, yung mas madaming
Opo.
mga adverbs and adjectives, most likely it's not correct.
It's not correct. Opo.
So, and then you have to be sure of the dates. Kasi usually
Yes,
mga social
opo.
studies, true or false, nilalagyan nila yun ng dates.
Magkaiba lang ng number, magpalit lang.
Oo. So, you have to be sure of that also. So, we have true or false. Then, you have modified true or false.
Yes, oh.
You have matching format.
Yes, opo.
Yung first column, second column, you match or then you write. Either you match with a line or you put a letter. You have to cancel out also. Dapat, make sure that you answer the ones that you know first.
Opo.
Then go back. Then, or you check. Kasi, minsan, pag hindi mo talaga sure, paano mo sagutin ng true or false, yung matching type, pwede mong gawin, sagutin mo muna yung alam mo.
So that it'll help you na, oh, this one could be for this one.
Oo.
That one could be for that
And
one.
then you have to ang tawag doon, kailangan mong i-cross out yung mga nasagutan mo na.
Yes,
Para hindi ka
para-
malilito.
Opo.
Tas don't be like a person na parang, there's only 6 items. Bakit 7 yung Bakit 7 yung options?
And it's panglito kasi yung isa.
Oo, sometimes yun. So you have matching, ano pa ba Dish? Identifying.
Identify. Opo.
Yung mga merong answers, meron na siyang answer sa box, tapos lalagay mo
Lagay
lang
mo
yung lalagay mo yung sagot
Opo.
based on a definition.
And what else pa yung salaysay talaga? Or
Essay.
Essay,
And
salaysay.
of course, you have the essay.
Oh.
There are two kinds of essays. The essays is just like your opinion. They're asking for your reflection or your opinion.
Yes po.
That's something that's easier
Yes,
to
it's easier
wing.
to...
Kasi,
Kasi at
what
least
do
it's
you
your
think?
opinion. Opo.
Oo. Pero the other one, yung factual essay, mahirap
Oh,
i-wing yan.
that's hard.
You cannot
That's very
wing
hard.
that. You have to study for that. So what are we saying? Practice on all these exams, and I will add something to that, Ate Dij. You
Opo.
have to make sure that you understand how your teacher thinks.
Yes, yes.
Because if you know, if you know how your teacher thinks, you would predict what kind of tests your teacher will give.
Opo.
And then if it's also if this teacher is a particular teacher who really gives hard tests,
Opo.
just anticipate that, don't get too frustrated.
Yes, you shouldn't be. Parang alam mo na eh. Na
Alam mo na
magiging
mahirap talaga siyang magbigay ng test. So, just try your best.
Opo, that's the most
Don't-
important thing
Don't
naman
worry
po.
about it anymore. There really are teachers who really give very difficult tests. But, huwag ka naman magreklamo din, hindi naman binigo yun eh.
Opo.
Binigay niya yan.
Yes, it's probably
Hindi ka lang
within...
nag-aral.
It's probably within the chapter.
And sometimes,
or syllabus.
this is my tip for students also. Your teachers would also give tests that may not be may not be something that you have studied, but it's still related because it's a
Yes.
critical thinking question.
Opo.
It cannot be that your teacher is not even giving you critical thinking questions. Your teacher has to do that.
Exactly.
It's something that your teacher has to do in order for her to, or him, to know that you are really studying
Yes,
and you have
nagbabasa ka.
and you have understood it. Especially for yung mga, like, if you go to law,
Oh, yeah.
law has
Opo.
to have, it's very factual. They make
Yes,
factual
dapat
essays
talaga. Opo.
based on facts. And then, there are a lot of, sometimes education. And it's also more like, kahit sa mass comm, diba? It's more application.
Opo, application naman po sa mass
Oo,
comm.
rather than, it has to be application rather than they're just going to give you questions na, okay, napag-aralan mo na. Kasi hindi siya calculation.
Yes.
So, yun. So, Ate Dij, let's move on to the others.
Okay, the next one po, number 3, is organize your notes and space.
Yan. But before that, Ate Dij.
Oh, but before that po, marami pa po tayong pag-uusapan how to prepare our exams or for our exams. But we'll talk about that more po sa pagbabalik ng 1, 2, 3, Be Brighter!
EBC, Eagle Broadcasting Corporation. Ito ang Radyo Agila.
Sa kabila ng kampanya ng Bureau of Fire Protection, mataas pa rin ang bilang ng insidente ng sunog. Ayon sa record, nangunguna sa sanhi ng sunog ay ang problema sa electrical wirings. Sa Disaster Preparedness and First Aid Handbook ng Senate Committee on Climate Change, may mga tip na ibinigay kung paano makakaiwas sa sunog. Narito ang ilan. Iwasang manigarilyo habang nasa kama. Alisin ang mga basura at flammable materials sa loob ng bahay dahil maaari itong pagmula ng sunog. Itago ang posporo o lighter para hindi mapaglaruan o maabot ng mga bata. Huwag na huwag itatapon ang upos ng sigarilyo sa basurahan. Gumamit ng ashtray kung hindi maiiwasang manigarilyo. Huwag ilagay ang kandila, oil o gas lamp malapit sa kurtina o mga bagay na madaling magliyab. Patayin ang nakasinding kandila bago matulog. Huwag magtago ng flammable materials tulad ng gasolina, alkohol at pintura sa loob ng bahay. Mas makabubuting may fire extinguisher sa bawat bahay at alam ng bawat miyembro ang tamang paggamit nito. Huwag iiwan ang niluluto lalo na kung may mantika sa kawali habang nagpiprito. Sakaling bigla itong magliyab dahil napabayaan, huwag bubuhusan ng tubig dahil lalaki lamang ang apoy. Sa halip, takpan ng basang-basahan ng kawali. Sunog ay iwasan. Buhay at ari-arian ay pangalagaan. Paalalang hatid mula sa Radyo Agila.
po ang Be Brighter. Kasama ko po si Ate DJ
Yes po.
at wala po si Ate Ruby. Hi Ate Ruby!
Hi,
Happy
Ate
birthday
Ruby.
sa mommy ni
Yes
Ate
po.
Ruby.
Happy birthday po!
Happy birthday po! Ayan, kaya po wala si Ate Ruby kasi birthday po ng kanyang mommy. Happy birthday po! Ang ating pong pinag-uusapan ay may kinalaman pa rin po sa ating hashtag na hashtag BBB
Be focused.
That's right. Kanina Ate Dij, pinag-usapan na natin yung first two tips on exam preparation,
Yes.
which are
Give enough time to study. And number 2 is practice on old exams.
and number 3.
And number 3 is organize your notes and space.
Yes, so ilang beses na natin pinag-usapan.
Yes.
Always organize your notes and your space. Do you organize your notes before?
Yes po.
Nagre-rewrite ka?
I like rewriting po. I don't know why po.
Talaga?
Parang it calms me down po when I rewrite.
And writing is actually a very helpful thing.
Opo. It really,
Diba?
with memorization, diba po?
Yes, it helps actually the brain to be stimulated. So you have to write things down. It makes you remember things better.
Mm-hmm.
So also, you have to organize your notes. You have to have a certain system in organizing your notes. What you can do is you can have like ako dati nag-iiwan talaga ako ng margin sa gilid.
Opo.
Kasi sometimes I do is, ito yung notes ko, so nag-copy ako, ganyan. Tapos sa gilid, meron akong margin para doon ako naglalagay ng comments ko.
Oh.
So I put like, sa comment side, lalagay ko doon yung lalagay ko doon like, study this again, research
Opo.
this, mga ganun.
Look
Tas,
more into
oh,
this.
wow.
Para maalala mo talaga, no po.
Then I will put like, oh wow, this is
That's
new.
cute. That's so cute.
Lalagay ko emoji.
Opo.
Tapos and then also, like yun, and then sometimes I try to color code. I think you color code, like, ngayon, nadami ng highlighters. Yung
Opo.
bata ako, ilan lang ang colors ng highlighters.
Yellow lang po
Oh,
yata dati.
yellow. Green, actually.
Opo.
Yung yellow, green.
Yes, the neon lime green
Neon yellow,
color.
green. Yun
Opo.
lang talaga. And then we don't call it highlighter before.
Opo.
We
Ano
call it the
tawag
S. Yung brand name na letter
Oh,
S.
hindi na po natin sasabihin.
Yun lang. Yun
Opo.
lang. Yun lang ang nun ang highlighters ng bata ako. Yun lang. Ngayon dami na eh. So, like that, then you color code everything. Gusto ko yung pero hindi na late ko na rin nagkaroon ako nun. Yung iba-ibang kulay na pen.
Oh, yung
4-in-1.
like 4-in-1, yung iba nga po yata 8-in-1 na po
Oo,
ngayon.
10-in-1. Gusto ko yun kasi nagawa ko, ibahin ko yung kulay. Like, if it's something that's very important, yun.
Yes.
Minsan
opo.
nagre-rewrite din ako kaya lang minsan kasi niisip ko parang, hassle na siyang magsulat.
Opo.
Kasi ang dami kong gagawin.
Yes. At
Wag
least
na lang.
nasulat mo na po
Oo.
siya. It's different from typing. Although typing is helpful po. Iba po talaga when you
You
write,
write it
eh.
down. Kasi there's motor memory also.
Yes, opo.
Then the brain gets stimulated when you write things down. That's why you have to write things down. Not just like your phone would just ping. Iba yung, di ba? Pag
Iba
yung,
po rin.
Yes, that's right. And so, organize your notes, organize your space. It makes your brain uncluttered.
Yes, kasi if everything is magulo, parang maguguluhan ka rin.
I think that the brain has to have that particular organization. It associates everything with things that it sees. So when yung brain mo kapag sobra talaga siyang parang nahihirapan din kasi si brain na
Tama po.
kailangan talaga sanay siya. Kung pag maayos din yung takbo niya. So yun, organize your notes and space. It doesn't have to be a big space. It can be just like a small space where you can put everything
Yes.
that you need. Para hindi ka rin tayo ng tayo.
Kasi
Kasi
pagod ka rin.
tsaka kasi kapag nag-aaral ka, dapat nakafocus ka na doon. Hindi pwedeng yung tayuan ng tayo. Tapos, ay, wala akong ganito, hanapin ko to. Ay, ganito, ay, ganyan.
Or if it's cluttered and you can get distracted, like easily
Yes.
distracted.
And it's actually a waste of time also.
Yes.
If you just keep on standing up. So, para ka nagsustalling. Ayaw mo naman talaga kasi mag-aaral.
Nagiging excuse mo tuloy. Hindi ko tuloy nag-aaral.
Escape. So, that's number 3, organize
Yes.
your notes and space. And then we have number 4, have study groups. You have study groups.
Dati po, my friends and I would go to the library. Tapos mag-aaral po kami. Pero honestly, ako po, it didn't last long. I actually wish that I had more time to study with my friends po. Pero it was nice din to study alone. Yung iba naman po, it depends per tao na po.
I don't like study groups.
Opo. It depends po.
I study alone.
Kasi sometimes, it's nice to have a group na they're all chiming in and you're learning from each other. But what the disadvantage lang po, I think, of a study group is if you stop studying and start talking about other things.
That's what happens to me.
I mean, ako din po. So,
I talk about other
Opo.
things.
so if you can, that would be great. But,
Oo, if you
Opo.
have a group of friends who are very focused
yes, that would be
and
great.
can actually help you
Opo.
study, that's good. But if you are the type of friend and your friends are also the type of people who would just keep on talking to each other.
Ay, nako.
Wala na.
Wala na.
Don't. But sometimes it's helpful also.
Yes, kasi hindi siya stressful. Tsaka you
Yes.
don't feel alone. So it
And
depends.
I think it's also a form of de-stress. Pero
Opo.
syempre, if it's already time for you to study with your friends, dapat mag-aral na lang.
Mag-aral po
So I'd
talaga.
rather study alone in the library rather than study with my friends because my friends would distract me from studying.
Yes po. Kasi you'd have fun instead.
But I think college, I think it's also good that my friends are not in my college.
Opo.
So when we see each other, talagang hindi siya
opo.
study.
Or pwede
Kahit
din
magkita
po.
kami sa library, okay lang. Kasi hindi
Opo.
talaga kami mag-aaral pag
Yes.
nakita kami. Pero, yung classmates ko sa college ko talaga, yung friends ko sa college ko, kasi sila they're very diligent.
Opo.
So, sila talaga aral.
So,
Aral talaga kapag
that's good
kasama
po.
sila. Pero ayoko rin makasama rin minsan sa kanila. Kasi napapressure ako mag-aaral. Ako kasi on my own pace ako mag-aaral.
So I guess it's okay po na you learn how to study with other people, but it's
Yep.
mostly important na you learn how to study on your own as well.
That's right. So you have
Opo.
you have to make sure that you know yourself very well. Yun, study groups. I don't know, kayo ba, whoever is, kayo ba, ano bang masasabi niyo tungkol sa study
Study
groups? Ako
groups,
minsan
yes.
parang may study group, hindi ako masyadong magaling sa study group.
Opo.
Pero in connection to that, Ate DJ, I think it's also good that you explain what you have learned to other people.
Yes, opo.
If you are the person who likes to explain things to other
Opo.
people. So I think it would also be good for you. A study group would be good for you because if you want to explain to other
Yes,
people, it
opo.
will be good for you.
It's a good way to express yourself. Or especially if kung may group project po sila, that's important na you have to learn how to work together talaga
That's
and study
right.
together.
I don't remember. I think, kasi sa akin, parang, kahit I know, exam pa naman ako, kahit doctorate may exam kami
Opo.
Pero I don't really remember how I study for exams anymore. So parang ako sometimes I explain things to people if it's helpful for me, but sometimes no. So anyway, that's like have study groups. Someone said, sabi ni Erica, solo. Yeah, solo. It's nice sometimes solo or study groups. Ako, basta hindi ko talaga gusto yung study kasi may tendency ako makipagkwentuhan eh. I know of a person who during his bar exam,
Opo.
hindi siya nag-aaral. Kumakain lang siya na kumakain.
Bakit po?
Ganun siya kagaling eh. Tapos pumasa siya.
Wow. Wow.
Lahat ng kaklase niya kung nag-aaral siya talaga na kumakain lang siya. Kumakain.
But but that's actually, I feel like it's a good thing kasi while everyone else is stressing out and he took the time or he or she took the time na alagaan sarili niya, which is still
tsaka
preparing
nandun lang
for
siya.
the...
Well, I think he's that
Opo.
good. Anyway, so we have number 4, have study groups and explain to others if that's helpful for you. And number 5,
Number 5 is, it's actually connected with what we said earlier, and that is sleep well.
Correct. Take time to sleep. The sleep is the only rest for the brain. The brain will never be whatever you do, even if you eat good food for the brain would always crave for
Yes.
sleep. Sleep is what the brain needs. And you need to have like 8 hours of sleep.
Opo.
Like 6 to 8 hours if you're an adult. 6 to 8 hours. But if you're a child, you have to have 8 to 10 hours.
Opo.
So you have to have good sleep, but you have to also have good quality of sleep.
Yes, kasi baka nakahiga ka lang. That's not enough.
And you're stressing about your exam, so you won't be able to have good enough sleep. So you have to have good sleep in order for you to, I think this is what we mentioned last week, Ate Dij.
Opo.
There's such a thing as we call as jellying.
Opo.
Jellying is when you study and then you sleep it itulog mo yun, and then whatever you have learned, it's going to jellify.
Yes. Minsan nga yung iba yata pinapanaginip
Yes.
nila yung pinag-aralan na
Yeah.
nila.
Why not?
Yeah.
Diba? Kasi ibig sabihin nun, sobra siyang napunta na siya doon sa sa deep sleep stage.
Yes.
Kaya napapanaginipan mo na you only dream because of deep sleep.
Yes.
If you are already at that point of your sleep that it's already deep sleep, that means you're dreaming already. So, ibig sabihin nun, but sometimes also it's not good if you feel like you just keep on thinking about things when you're sleeping.
Opo.
So, you have to find time to have good sleep.
Yes, you have to relax your brain talaga.
Yes, and how do you get good sleep? First, you do not look at your gadgets before sleeping.
Yes, at least 30 minutes, I believe po, or
So,
an
some
hour.
would say like 2 hours.
2 hours would be better.
But if you're the type na nag-aaral ka nga kasi, 'di ba? So kailangan at least siguro 30 minutes.
Opo.
Don't look at your gadgets
Kasi
for 30
the light
minutes.
Parang
blue
keeps
light.
you awake. Opo.
Blue light keeps you awake.
Or
And then-
try, alam ko po may tinatawag ngayon na blue light filter.
Mhm.
It's an application, maraming filter na ganun po.
Or then also make your environment good for sleeping.
Yes.
Like put yung scent, like calming
yeah,
scents,
calming scent,
like
lavender.
lavender.
Oh, lavender.
What else? Yun, last week pala pinag-usapan namin yun ni Ate Roy. Sabi
Opo.
namin, citrus will keep you awake.
Yes.
The citrus scents will keep you awake.
Kasi yung iba nga po yata, if you feel faintish, you smell citrus to
Yes.
keep you awake. So,
So lavender will make you sleepy.
yes.
Lavender, and then also make your dim lights will make you
Yes,
sleepy.
opo.
Not this kind of lights. Dim lights can make you sleepy. Yun nga, avoid the cell phones. What else? Drink warm milk.
Yes, warm milk. Oh, I love some milk
Maybe
now.
warm tea, but the tea na hindi caffeinated.
Yes, kasi kung caffeinated, magigising ka lang.
Like you can drink lavender tea,
Yes.
chamomile. Chamomile
Yes.
will give you good sleep.
Yes, and although coffee can help you study, try to avoid it kapag late afternoon
Tsaka
na.
matutulog ka na.
Oo, kasi it'll keep you awake.
Yeah,
Trust me.
chamomile.
Yes, opo.
Chamomile will help you
Opo.
a lot. It will help you a lot. Parang it will give you good enough sleep. And warm milk can
Yes, warm
but
milk.
don't eat cookies with it.
Magigising ka from the sugar.
Kasi sugar can make you awake and
Yes.
alert and active. So yun. What else can you have? Music can
Music!
make you sleep.
Opo, music.
Maybe you can do like lullabies.
Lullabies.
Lullabies
yeah,
for old
lullabies.
people.
For all
Ay, for
white
adults.
noise.
White
noise.
Sino
May
yung
brown
tried
noise.
that?
Opo, may
Yung
pink
mga-
noise pa nga po yata.
I think yung ambient sound ng mga noise. Yung mga,
Yes.
yung sea
like,
breeze. Yun. It will make you sleep. Ako yung gusto ko yung kasi before, di ba yung sa mga dog lullaby.
Ay, opo.
Tsaka mga
It makes
classical
them sleep.
music.
And classical music is good to listen to if
Yes.
you want to study.
And also because it will make your brain more synchronized.
Yes.
So yun, meron pa po kaming ilang tips sa pagbabalik po ng 1, 2, 3.
Be brighter!
EBC, Eagle Broadcasting Corporation. Ito ang Radyo Agila.
Ang paglalakad ay isang simpleng uri ng exercise. Pwedeng gawin patungo man sa trabaho, school, palengke, pag-akyat o pagbaba sa hagdan. Alam niyo ba na ang 15 to 30 minutes ng brisk walking o mabilis na paglakad araw-araw ay may malaking positibong epekto sa ating overall health? Ang mga benepisyo sa paglalakad ay ang mga sumusunod. Una, pang-iwas sa sakit sa puso. Pangalawa, malaking tulong sa digestion. Pangatlo, pinapatibay ang ating baga. Pang-apat, pinatitibay ang ating bones and joints. Panlima, panlunas sa back pain. Pang-anim, hinuhubog ang mga kalamnan. At pampito, pinapakalma ang isipan. At ngayong alam nyo na ang benepisyong dulot ng paglalakad, ano pang iniintay nyo? Simulan na nating maglakad. Nakatitipid ka na, mabuti pa sa kalusugan. Isang pangkalusugang paalaala ng Radyo Agila.
2, 3.
Be
Brighter! Again, hello again everyone. And ngayon po sa Be Brighter, we have a discussion po about how we can prepare for our exam. So if you, again, kung meron po kayong sagot doon, how do you prepare for your
how
exams?
do you prepare for
That
the
is
exams?
our bright question of the day. Please do answer in the comments below. So, ayun po. We just like to have a shout out po sa aming mga OJT na we know na nag-aaral din po and they're studying very well. So, hello po to Marian, Kathleen, Dan, Jude, and Erica.
Hi.
Ayun po. Hi.
And also, hi din po kay Nenet Espanto Manigbas at kay Glory Faye Ogmar Bradesino. Ayan. Sabi ni
salamat
Erica, listen to classical music and white noise.
Yes, that's very helpful.
Listen to classical music.
Opo. Nakakatulong po
Pero ako
talaga.
kasi, well, I listen to classical music.
Opo.
But I also listen to documentaries.
Oh.
I don't know why. I think it's
It's calming po kasi.
it's calming and it's
Yes po.
very flat.
Opo.
Unlike talk shows. Kasi di ba yung talk shows, masyado maraming
Yes,
change
maraming.
of pitch. Yung mga documentaries kasi,
The
flat.
Wild Tiger.
Oh, di ba parang, the man. Di ba parang the man that was living on this street got somewhere. Kasi
One day.
very, very flat. So, pag flat, parang minsan pag nag-aaral ako ng madaling araw, kailangan ko lang ng someone na nakakarinig ako ng noise, but it has to be something that's flat. Walang
Yes.
change of pitch. But I still I like classical, syempre the Mendelssohn ni yun,
Yes.
favorite ko yun.
Wow.
Yes, yung Mendelssohn.
Opo.
Mendelssohn, Bach.
Bach and Mozart.
I'm not a very
Not much
Mozart
on Mozart
person
po.
I'm more Mozart than Beethoven.
Opo.
Pero Bach
Bach.
talaga. So
Ay,
yun,
sabi po
and
ni
Mendelssohn.
Erica, present po. Very good.
Yes. So let's move on po, Ate DJ. After
Yes.
sleep well, what else are we supposed to do?
Okay, we should also eat and drink brain food and of course drinks.
Yes.
So I think last time nagbanggit nga si Elle before, if you remember po, kanyang brain food, I think was that fish?
Fish.
And ice cream.
Fish and ice cream.
So
What's your brain food?
ako po, well, bukod sa coffee, coffee po talaga. It depends po on the level of tiredness that I have. If I'm super duper tired po and I really need to be happy, I'm like Elle, I like something sweet and cold po. So, like something like ice cream or yogurt po. But if I just need to continuously work and then medyo nagugutom po ako, I like to eat crackers po.
Ako nuts.
Nuts also, that's very good.
Brain
Opo.
food. Nuts is brain food. Sobrang brain food talaga siya.
Opo.
Tsaka it's also the cracking part of it.
Opo.
It wakes you up eh. Yung crunch, it
Opo.
wakes you up. Kaya kailangan mo
Opo.
talaga ng something that's crunchy.
Or
Try
fruits
carrots.
po.
Oo.
And
Try
carrots.
carrots and apples. It
Yes,
will wake you
apples.
up also. Apple
Ayun po,
is a
my favorite.
substitute for coffee. Eh.
Yes, opo.
If you're trying to lower down your caffeine content, eat
An
apples.
apple
Eat
instead.
an apple and
Opo.
it will keep the doctor away.
Yes.
Apples po. Ano pa pang mga brain food before?
Berries
Green
po,
leafy vegetables.
Yes, vegetables.
Berries.
Berries.
Berries are very much brain food.
Ang banana po ba ay berry? Nalilito na ako kung ano ba talaga siya.
You know what a banana
Basta it's a fruit.
It's like a tomato. Is
Yes.
tomato a fruit or a vegetable?
Or is it tomato?
Tomato
We'll
or
never
potato?
know.
Potato.
Potato.
Don't eat so much of the carbohydrates when
Yes.
you're eating. Kasi when you're studying, kasi makakatulog ka.
Mhm.
Yun. So, that one. Ano pa bang mga brain food? Berries, banana, kasi because of the potassium.
Avocado din po ba?
Oo, but I think avocados is very high in fat.
Opo, high in good fat naman
Good
po, but
fat.
not too much. Don't
Yes.
eat too much of it.
Pero yung mga normal food na snacks, it's more talaga and drink water a lot.
Yes, water. Baka mami, you're drinking a lot of other liquids, but don't
Coffees
forget
and coffee,
water.
tea, and juice.
Iba
Better
talaga ang
water. Water has oxygen, and oxygen is needed by the brain
Yes.
to function
Opo.
well. So it's a good way of putting oxygen inside your body. That's right. Right. And Erica says, cereals and oatmeal.
Oh,
Yes,
that's good.
oats
Yeah.
it's kind of also a brain food.
And cereal,
Isa
people
pa ang
eat that in
I
the
think
morning.
before we've
Opo.
discussed brain food
Yes,
before.
opo. We can discuss it again po. Maybe
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah, maybe next week.
Opo.
And then, so, next one, Ate Deej, what else should we do?
Next po is stretch or stretching and do movement. So,
Correct.
minsan po kasi like, or actually a lot of the time, kapag sobra kang in the zone na nag-aaral, you forget to
Oo.
move around and it's bad for your back. It's bad for your body. So, you have to make sure na, I know it's normal. Sometimes you have to hunch down if you have to write something or if you're so in the zone. But
That's
you have
why
to remember.
better if you
Opo.
can stand up.
Yes.
Diba norm, ano na
Opo.
ngayon? Norm na ngayon yung study table mo, pwede
Yes.
siyang itaas.
Yung iba nga may treadmill sa ilalim eh. But that's probably too much.
Oo.
Might be hard for you,
I
but...
have a friend, she sits on yung gym ball.
Oh, wow. Para
office.
kahit pa paano, you're like moving
Oo,
around.
kasi she has this very bad back problem.
Mm.
So, kailangan niyang nakaganon siya.
Yes.
So, I think that's good. You have to stop first. At
Stop.
yung ano po also, movements and walking around can actually give you more oxygen
Yes, opo.
also.
Walk around to grab a glass of water, then
Yes,
come back.
come
Or
back.
mag-stretching ka lang ng konti.
But-
Make sure na
Oo,
you're...
but don't look at your gadgets anymore.
Yes. No. Mamaya na yan.
Mamaya na yun. Aral ka muna.
Yes.
Tapos then go walk around. It will, you know what helps also? Walking around on barefoot.
Oh, really po?
Yes.
Sa,
Bare feet,
sa
barefoot,
bahay naman.
barefoot.
Tama po, barefoot po.
Oo.
Sa bahay naman eh, so it's fine.
You know why? Because
Bakit po?
you're yung ano mo.
You're stimulating it
Yes,
po ba?
it's you're stimulating it also.
Oh.
So you have to, like when you want to think about something, go, and then also kasi pag naka-slippers ka or naka-shoes ka, syempre, it will, parang, there's freedom for your feet.
Ay,
So,
yes, kapag...
naglalakad ka, may stimulation na nangyayari. That's why you have to walk around. If you have extra time, like 15 minutes, go out and have fresh air. It will
Tama
help
po.
you. Especially if you're doing something that like you're doing your term paper, you're doing a research paper. Try to also like, just walk around. Or you can exercise if you like.
Yes,
like
like
jumping
kahit
jacks or
konti-konti, yeah.
something. Mm-mm.
Baka mamaya full-blown workout. Di
Hindi
naman
naman.
kailangan. Just a
Mga
bit.
10 minutes lang of stretching
Yes,
is good
opo.
for you. Or breathing exercises,
Yes,
especially if
opo.
the task is too difficult for you already. Ayan. Next, Ate Deej, I think this is, I believe, the most important part.
Ayun po. The most important part is we have to be calm and pray on the day of the exam. Actually, pwede po before, during,
Yes.
and after manalangin po
Yes,
tayo.
that's correct. Oh, you have to be calm.
Yes.
That's why planning is important. Because if you keep on just not, if you don't plan, you will be stressed
Yes,
about
masa-stress
it.
ka talaga kasi you don't know what you're supposed to do.
Correct. You have to be calm about it. You know, the test is something that's, it's not, it will not define you. Parang ilang beses ko nang sinabi tong bagay na to,
Yes.
sa buong linggo na to. Grades will never define you. I mean, grades is a good indicator that
opo.
you have gotten hard work. That you did,
Yes.
you were hardworking, you were diligent. But for you to be, parang, to put your whole, like your life depends on your grade. That's I don't think that's
Your
something
life
that you
should-
should be stressed
Opo.
about.
Your life shouldn't depend on numbers. Parang lang yan mga likes on social media. Like, it's good to have. It makes you
Yes.
happy. But it doesn't define who you are po.
Yes. And then also, if you made mistakes, that's okay.
Mm.
Diba? Parang
Opo.
you have to make sure that just study well. And then we also have post-exam tips, Ate DJ. What
Ayan
are
po.
our post-exam tips?
Okay, so our post-exam tips naman po is first is don't worry too much. It's okay to be a little worried because you want to do well. Pero hindi yung sobra na, am I gonna do this? Am I gonna do that? What if I fail? What if I blah, blah, blah?
Correct.
That's not gonna be helpful. Next po is don't be regretful. Especially because you have to do your best, diba po? So, once you do your best at alam mo talagang you did the best that you could, don't be regretful. Like, alam mo nang na that was the best that you could do. And if ever you feel like it's still, you're not satisfied after, then just always keep in mind, you can always do better next time.
Yes, you will always do better next time.
Yes
That is
po.
correct.
There's always a way to do better
And
next
lastly,
time.
narinig lang po namin kanina sa ad.
Yes, sa
ni
ad
Kuya
po
Jen
natin.
sa Bardiaga.
Yes po, is don't ever give up.
Yes.
Yes, should never give up.
Oo. there will always be another exam.
Yes.
You can try harder, try
Opo.
better the next time. So you have to make sure that yun, don't worry too much, don't be regretful, and don't ever give up. I do remember yung isang student ko, sabi niya sa akin, is it okay to have one mistake, teacher? Sabi ko, it's okay to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 many mistakes as long as you
Yes.
learn from them.
Yes, you learn and you grow.
And then don't think, can we also have like a pre-exam? Like, before when you're preparing for the exam, you also have to have the right mindset.
Yes, tama po.
Don't think that you're going to fail even before you have taken the exam.
Yes, because if you do, then you might. So that's not good too.
That's right. You're already predicting that you will
Yes.
become a failure.
You're setting your up for failure if
Ano
ganun
again?
po yung
Dekiso ka na eh. You
Dekisokunai.
are a failure.
Dekisokunai in Japanese.
Diba? Don't think that you will become a failure even before trying.
Yes.
So, they have to have that mindset. But it has to be a balanced mindset. Wag din namang magkaroon ng mindset na, papasa ko na yan, okay lang.
Yeah, wag din namang kampante.
So, it has to be a
Yes.
balanced mindset. Erica said, mistakes are proof that we are trying. Yes,
Yes, that's
right.
correct. Very
So,
good.
if you make mistakes, it's okay. As long as you learn from your mistakes, that's one. Two, don't think that you will fail even before you take the exam.
Yes, opo.
Like these are not just tips for the young kids. It's also tips for the adults who are
Yes po.
taking their exams. When you take your exams, think about it. Just try to have a balanced mindset about it. But ako kasi I usually just think na I will pass this exam.
Opo. And if you're not going or studying anymore, you could go through exams in life then po, diba po, like figuratively. So you can apply all of these tips pa rin
That's
po.
right. You always have to be prepared. You always have to practice on old exams, meaning you have to think about what happened to you in the past.
Yes, opo.
You also have study groups sometimes. That's good.
Opo.
Have your friends over.
To talk about life with your friends,
Yes,
opo.
organize everything. That will be very helpful. Sleep well is a very, very, very important tip in life. Be calm. Stretch. Look at the flowers. Breathe air. And then be calm po and always pray.
That's very important.
And that's
po.
it.
Opo.
So that is our discussion for today po. This is for
Yes
every
po.
discussion. Next week ulit po, mag-usap-usap po tayo. Ang ating pa ring hashtag po, next week ay hashtag
BBB Focus.
Yan, every Fridays 3 to 4 p.m. Ako po ay si Teacher Sally.
Ako po si Ate DJ and hello to Ate Rowie.
And happy birthday po sa mama ni Ate
Apo,
Rui.
happy birthday po.
Ayan.
Po.
Next week po ulit, Fridays 3 to 4 p.m. sa Radyo Agila 1062 sa Facebook page po nila at sa kanilang YouTube channel. Don't forget po, like and subscribe. Ito po ay ang 1, 2, 3, Be Brighter!
Take care, everybody. Bye po.